Any idiot could buy 3 or 4 long boxes and pull one key book out to make a profit. But the real comic retailers are the people who can take the other 999 comics and actually sell them. I'm going to show you how in this video. I'm Dennis Barger, 35-year veteran of selling everything collectible, 21-year veteran of owning a store, and right now I'm telling you how I can take 1,000 comic book, 3 to 4 long box collection and turn it into profit all across the board. It starts with filters. I'm the first filter. When I buy a collection, I flip through all the comics, talk about why I want to pay more for each one I'm buying. I take those and I make an offer. Then I buy the rest for a bulk price. Right now, on average, I'm paying 25 to 50% of the face value of those key books in cash. I'm buying the bulk at between 50 and 75, upwards of 100 for a long box. What do I do with the rest of those? Well, I'm the first filter. I pull out the stuff I know I can make money on immediately. But then I have to have employees go through the other 950 comic books. After I've got through with the boxes, my best filter in the entire store is Jen. She goes through all of the other comic books and she's going to tell us what she does right now.
Hi.
Jen, how long did it take for you to learn how to do this once I taught you how to do it?
Like 2 minutes, if that.
I know, it was so
simple.
easy. And you guys were cranking out comics to the thousands when we first started doing this.
Yeah, we did.
How much have you grown at being able to do this and understand what I want to be able to be pushing upwards and etc.?
Honestly, we go through hundreds of books probably a day pricing-wise.
Yeah.
So I take my phone and scan the cover and put it through Key Collector and eBay and go through the pricing of what the comics are and the variation from the date sold and so forth and what sold like the most recently, and then I'll price the book that and I put them in my long boxes, which are either 5, 10, 12 depending on the price, and just keep flipping through comics and just going with the flow.
So Jen, how many can you get done in an hour? Because I'm paying you hourly.
Usually about 30 to 40 comics within the hour.
And I mean, that's simple for somebody who has zero comic knowledge to be able to go through and scan these books and come up with a price that I'll be able to sell it for in the store. And literally, like I said, Jen is one of my best at this. She can do this all day long and get me boxes so that I have time to go through them at my leisure. I've got hundreds of them to go through right now, and Jen is the best at it.
Well, thank you, Dennis, but I'm going to get back to work.
All right, Jen, thanks. Guys, I'm going to show you when I go through the boxes, the kind of books that I see what Jen did. I figure out what I could put a little bit extra into and charge a little bit more for. Condition-wise, I downgrade some of them based on the condition. But Jen does most of the work for me. She places it in front of me, and then all I have to do is go through and add my extra expertise to it. And like right off the bat, Jim Lee's X-Men, $5 all day long. We also charge 3 for $10. Spawn. Actually, every Spawn book, I usually move from $5 to $6 because we actually get it, and I don't want to be able to give them away for that 3 for $10 price. There's a lot of books that are just $5 books. This one would be a little bit more if it didn't have all the spine damage. I'm fine at letting this go at $5, 3 for $10. Guys, this is sure a $5 book. However, I'm going to move it up a couple dollars because this is actually a retelling of Spider-Man's Origin, Amazing Fantasy 15. I'm going to move this up to $7. Guys, Lobo is hot right now. I'm having people come in and clear us out of Lobo back issues with anticipation of the new Supergirl movie. I'm going to move all my Lobos up to $6. Even though we have them at $5, I just want to get that extra dollar out of them and not give them away 3 for $10. In my last video, I just talked about Mike Mayhew. Every cover Mike does is fire. I'm going to move it up $1 just in general principle for Mike Mayhew. It's really easy to flip through these, and when you've done this for as long as I have, you know what books you can get a little bit extra out of. There's a lot of books that are just very common, but iconic covers such as this Frank Miller cover, these Frank Miller Daredevils, I can always get extra out of. Foreign books are always an oddball. I don't know if this is worth $5 or not, but I'm going to move it up a little bit just because there's a huge interest in foreign comic books. I'm going to move all of these Frank Millers up to a higher price. So, like, this one is literally a movie coming out this week. I am going to move this to the $6 just to have it out as a display for the people who come to our mall to see the movie. There's a lot of books. All of these books will be available in our store for $5, 3 for $10. I'm going to move this one up because we just lost the creator of this, and there's been a lot of Max love because of it. I don't even know if that's a cover. That one might be backwards. I'll have to check that one. One of my favorite stories, but you know what? It doesn't go for a lot. This is Sandman Mystery Theater, and it actually stars the second appearances of the Prez. Somebody's going to love this for $5. I love it every time I see it. And then we get to the $6 stuff that we've started upgrading. And now I'm going to move a bunch of these over to the $6 zone. I'm going to move these Frank Millers up to the $7 zone, along with this X-Men double-size chromium book. Guys, honestly, it takes Jen 2 minutes a book to scan it and put it in the right category. It takes her 200 minutes to make a short box of 100 books. It takes me, you just watch me, 2 to 3 minutes to go through that short box. That's 210 minutes to do this entire 100 count. Put that to scale, we're going through 1,000 a day, and it's really easy. And that's not too much to ask for all of this inventory. Like I said, any idiot can just take out a couple books and then flip the rest of the collection to another guy for less money. But take the time and actually look at what it takes to sell the rest of that collection. It's worth the profit. I'm Dennis Barger, celebrating the past and living for the future.